OCO, my name is Danny McCarter. I'm here to talk to you about the Atlatl. Now the Atlatl is a very ancient weapon. It's invented by the cavemen. Been around for about 17,000 years. The main purpose for the Atlatl at the time that it was made, the cavemen used this to kill like the woolly mammoth and the mastodon. And really, the first Atlatls, they did throw spears, because Atlatl in the Aztec language means spear thrower. And what they threw at that time was big, thick spears with big flint tips on the end. They weren't worried about distance or even accuracy. All they're trying to do is drive one of these spears into the hide of those big animals. Really, it's really a study of leverage. People still look at it nowadays, and we figured out, though, that the Atlatl will not go very far if all you're using is just a big, thick spear. Because really what makes the Atlatl move and get distance is the flexibility. So nowadays we throw darts. We don't really throw spears anymore. And there's all different kinds of designs. You see the little fletching on the end here, and that's a modern type. But of course this one here, that's a two-feather fletch. Now that's a Southeast woodland Indian trait, where they only use two feathers on there, but they get a lot of spin on it. So it really increases the accuracy. But the world record for throwing the Atlatl, there's kind of an argument about it. One group of people say 283 yards, but one guy says 252 yards. But either way, that's over 2 football fields long. So the guy is really throwing like a 30-inch Atlatl, and he's throwing a 5-foot spear. These here are a dart, these here are only 4 foot. And like I said, it's really just a study of leverage. You make your darts, you got a little dimple on the end, you got the hook here, and you're just gonna hook it through, and you pinch it between your fingers. Now that's where a lot of people have trouble. I'll let somebody else say, let me try it, because I've thrown it so many times, it's just automatic for me, and so I don't think much about it. But then somebody else will grab it, and they'll try to throw it, and they'll let go of it here, or they'll drop it on the ground. And like I said, though, to me, it seems simple only because I've done it a lot. And so, yeah, people have their own designs, their own way of doing things. Nowadays, some people put the banner stones in the middle, and they say that's kind of like a counterweight when you have your dart on there, but it also is supposed to take the whiff out of there when you throw it. And so I don't know, I've never really tried to use one. Is this one here? This is just a piece of a bow that somebody had broke, and then I drilled a hole, and then I put my spur in there. And I glue it in there with high impact glue, and that's what's used to hold the end of the dart when you throw it. Now, the one thing about the Atlatl, though, is there's a lot of energy and a lot of force that's put on these darts, because really the bow, if you see somebody shoot a bow and it looks like it's going straight, it's really not. There's a lot of movement, because that's really what makes it go. That's really what keeps it accurate. But it doesn't really break them down like these do. Now the Atlatl itself, if you watch somebody do one in slow motion, especially with the big long dart, when they pull that back, that thing stores so much energy that it'll twist like that, and before they release it. And so after a while, the darts get kind of crooked, and that's from that. But there's a thing they call archer's paradox, which even though that thing's pretty crooked, it still flies straight once you release it. And it's the same way with the arrows. I think the push of it will make it straighten out. I think a lot of it is the connection. It's like anything, you do the things that your ancestors did to have a connection with them, to get a feel for it. And that's pretty simple. I mean, that sounds almost really too simple, but that's really the truth.